I'll just do a brief preface to my question, just to put in context the 40-plus years that I've had in responding to, representing, and advocating in terms of the civil court system and survivors of sexual trauma, abuse, assault, long list. Never have I encountered a report from the civil society experts in this field looking at the civil system. And on this, I want to really thank both Senators Youssef and Quinn for their questions, where there has been a finding that victims are well and truly served by the civilian system. So that's the context for my question. Thank you for moving such an important amendment in committee. However, we both know that retaliation, isolation, career disruption, lost benefits such as denied course or deployment opportunities, and the appropriate care can be real consequences of making a complaint. And you have spoken to a guarantee, if I heard you correctly and if I understand the amendment, a guarantee to force members to access workplace-aware support. And my question is also about the accountability that you've mentioned. If the Senate adopts this bill as amended at committee, will this bill prevent removal of military-funded legal counsel and military-funded institutional supports once a file moves fully into the civilian system?
Patterson.
Thank you. You have actually asked a number of questions that I am not able to respond to because they are held within defense and we're slightly outside of the bill, but I do understand the context of what you are asking. And guarantee, as we know, guarantee, I would be very hesitant to use that word, but you talked about that the support's following wherever they go, because your point about the civilian justice system, like the military justice system, has its challenges with work being done on both the police and justice, depending on the province, to try and improve the support provided to people who've been victimized. And so that is acknowledged, and that is why having data for those members of the Canadian Armed Forces who are impacted by this is critical. And I'm just... Can I please request that you just clarify your question when you're talking about accountability? I took a few notes, but I don't think I caught the nuance exactly. Thank you.
I'd be happy to.
Senator McPhedran.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the kind of accountability that I was addressing was what I thought I heard from you, which was that the military remains accountable for its people and for the care of its people, even if a case enters, as this bill would do, the civil system. And so it was a question about, is there a guarantee?
Senator McPhedran, the time allocated for your speech has expired. Are you asking Senator Patterson for 5 more minutes to answer questions?
Yes.
Easily granted? Leave is granted. Senator McPhedran.
Thank you, Your Honor. So what I'm really asking about is whether members of the force who are now forced into the civilian system lose the military-funded legal support, emotional support, the kind of supports that they now get when they're going through this kind of complaint. Do they lose it, or did you tell us that it's guaranteed to them?
Senator Patterson.
Thank you very much, Senator McPhedran. So when it comes to the victims, from what we were told in committee, that care follows them. They remain members of the Canadian Armed Forces. They remain members. They have access to care. They have their victim liaison officer. They have their legal advisor paid for. That is what we were told through the. It isn't called the Sexual Misconduct Response Center anymore, but the center that provides victim support, and the funding is still there. However, when you talk about accused, because we have to talk about both in the military justice system, by moving all of these criminal code sexual offenses to the civilian sector, legal defense counsel is no longer paid for. And that is one benefit they lose. They will still have assisting officers assigned according to the officials that came in from defense. So, however, what I truly believe that this is one of the items that I will be asking about as we move forward.
Senator, supplementary? Yes.
I need to, with great respect, disagree with you, with your optimism here. I don't think that's going to be borne out, but my supplementary is, I heard you talk about, in the opinion of the minister, in the reporting back to Parliament. Is it not of some concern that the member of cabinet responsible for the law is also the person who has to form what has to be a data-driven, evidence-based, objective decision, when in fact their job is to defend the law?
Senator Patterson.
As always, Senator McPhedran, an excellent question. And again, this is not my area of expertise, and I understand words matter, especially in legislation. So I think it is a good question that probably requires follow-up. But yes, I want to thank you for bringing that up.